We begin on the West Coast. Police have responded to the release of that video footage from inside the drift at Pike River Mine by saying families were shown it at meetings in Greymouth in July 2011. Families dispute that. Last night, News Hub screened footage showing a robot and two men working at what miners say is an early part of the drift, but with the robot then advancing up it. Checkpoint has today been provided with the same footage. The footage is controversial because the families want to access the drift, believing there may be bodies at the top of it. Solid Energy has repeatedly insisted it's not safe to enter. The families say the footage directly contradicts that. Tonight, Checkpoint can reveal it also appears to contradict Pike River's own tunnel reclamation proposal from August 2011. We have that, more on it shortly. But an expert who was prepared to go in then says it's even safer to go in now. Have you seen this footage before?
Yes, I have seen the footage, John.
That's Harold Gibbens, a highly experienced mines rescue team member, who's previously stated on Checkpoint that he would be prepared to enter the Pike River drift. And in part, he and other mines rescue personnel reached that conclusion after seeing the footage years ago.
I think from memory we may have viewed it just to look at the structural integrity of the drift before we were going to re-enter to put up the seal.
Harold Gibbens is adamant the drift is structurally sound and that the gas inside it is inert, almost pure ethane, no oxygen, manageable combustion risk.
So it's the opportune time to re-enter the mine.
That's not a rhetorical flourish. Harold Gibbens has been into Pike since the explosion.
How far up have you been, Harold? Remind us.
I've been up personally somewhere around 200 metres to 300 metres, somewhere like that.
And he'd go back further. He would risk his life because he doesn't think he would be risking his life. And Harold Gibbens says he's done it before, for Solid Energy.
Not long after Pike River blew up, I have personally been in behind seals at other Solid Energy mines that were sections of the mine were hastily sealed because they were on fire, and we were sent in as a team to retrieve gear from in behind the seal, that part of the sealed mine.
Where was that, Harold?
Spring Creek Mine.
Harold Gibbens is certain there had been a fire, the mine had been sealed to starve the fire of oxygen, the seal worked, the fire had gone out, the atmosphere was inert.
And when that section of the mine become into a safe stage, very like Pike River is today, a team was put in behind there to retrieve gear for the mine.
Forgive me because I'm not an expert and you are. So when you went into Spring Creek beyond the seal to retrieve gear, is that in any way analogous in terms of risk and environment to going into the drift to look for bodies?
In actual fact, going into the drift in Pike River would be far safer than the job that we did at Spring Creek Mine.
Harold Gibbens was happy to do it at Spring Creek, and Solid Energy were happy for him to do it there. He believes it was safe then.
But the methane levels at Pike River Mine currently are the best that you can get, and that just makes it so much safer.
So how would Harold Gibbens and the miners and mines rescue personnel volunteering to do so, among them Pike survivor Daniel Rockhouse, go up the drift? Well, bit by bit. Consider it like establishing a military beachhead.
We were probably looking at doing putting up temporary seals in 250 metre increments, and we would ventilate up to that, construct a decent seal, and then you'd start that process again.
Pike River itself considered something remarkably similar. Checkpoint has today obtained Pike River's tunnel reclamation proposal dated August 2011, almost 6 years ago. It says, and we quote verbatim,
"The mine will be entered by mines rescue staff wearing breathing apparatus to construct a set of temporary seals. The seals will be about 300 metres apart from each other, as this is a suitable range to work under breathing apparatus. After one seal has been constructed, the mine has to be ventilated up to the seal before the construction of the next seal can commence."
That was 2011. The mines rescue personnel who were prepared to do that work and who wanted to do that work haven't been able to do so, despite the fact that their plan and Pike's plan was strikingly similar. But Harold Gibbens says the seal they put in has worked, and it really is possible to do it and to do it safely.
The amount of gas that Pike River is currently holding, and the seals are obviously doing a very thorough job, it has completely enriched the atmosphere full of methane.
And as long as no one introduces oxygen to the mix, it's safe to cautiously work in that environment.
That's correct, and that's what...
Is that correct, Harold? Is that, because, boy, lives depend on this being correct. Is that correct?
That is correct, and that is how mines rescue operates. You know, that's how a mines rescue team operates in that environment. You need that enriched, that methane-enriched environment with no oxygen, and it's certainly safe to do so. And that is what we have trained, and that is what we have done as teams in the past over the years.
So you've done this before?
Yes, on several occasions.
It's Harold Gibbens, mines rescue expert, speaking to us earlier. Solid Energy were unavailable for an interview today.